Hi, good morning everyone. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a shared collective reading, so I do speak in broad terms. You have to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit in your life, that's okay. You're not doing anything wrong. It just may not be your reading. If it does fit, please, by all means, use it. I will be referring back to the Sunday reading, which is the underpinning energy, so you may hear me talking about cards that you don't see in this particular video. That video, the Sunday reading, populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this video if you want to watch it to get further insight into the week. This video is not only set for the 25th of July. It's originally created for the 25th of July, but it's not set solely for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date and it still makes sense, by all means, please use it. For those of you that are new, excuse me, please check out the drop-down menu underneath the daily videos. In there is like some housekeeping rules, what decks I'm using, how to contact me for a private reading, and ways to support the channel. Certainly the simple ways to support the channel. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy my content, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I put up new content. I put up a daily video every day. Share the video out, leave me a question, comment, all that stuff is a great way to support the channel. So let's see what's going on with these cards today. So our card for the day is the Ace of Wands. Desire, inspiration, and weakness. I love this because it's a golden rose. To me, that's really beautiful. Roses are, like, to me, spiritual signs of protection. Aces are always new beginnings, oftentimes surprising, right? They come out of nowhere. They're representing, you know, the number one, right? So there's a focus on the self today, and underpinning this in the Sunday reading is Nine of Wands. So there's definitely, you know, obviously a connection between the Wands energy. Wands is that element of spirit, of desire. The Ace to me would be a renewal, right? Or a shift or a change. The Nine of Wands underneath this is about coming to terms or an understanding of maybe hardship, difficulty, struggle that we've been through, more than likely in the past, but that we've been through. And this Ace to me is a signifier that there might be a fresh perspective, a new door opening, a new opportunity or path, a new passion, a new pursuit that we want to go after, right? Wands is oftentimes, in my opinion, the most energetic and the fastest moving energy of the deck. So to me, with the Nine of Wands in here, it feels like it could be a rather productive day, an inspired day, a day of new thought or perception, new opportunity or desire that is pushing us in a direction that might be different than what we were expecting. The singular rose here, or the Ace aspect of this, makes me think about the fact that this might be an opportunity for us and us alone, right? As far as, you know, I don't necessarily know that we have to discuss it with anybody or run it by anybody, like, should I do this? You know, is this the best choice for me? To me, this Ace feels very independent and aware, if that makes sense. Like, it knows maybe, or it's realizing what it is that it wants. This new desire or this new opportunity, oftentimes, like I said earlier, is a surprise. It might even surprise ourselves, but that surprise is not going to stop us by any means. It's going to actually maybe propel us forward with a burst of energy or opportunity. The Nine of Wands is a little bit more beleaguered, even though it's still Wands energy. So we might be processing through something or assimilating some sort of information or experience that wasn't necessarily the most enjoyable, but this Ace gives us that, how do I want to say this, like that perspective where we can maybe see the other side. We can Be excited about it. The underpinning white light oracle is also that magnetism of Eros, and Eros being about love energy and also spiritual desire in a way, because love is definitely connected to that vibration of love. This Ace of Wands to me feels very much in tune to that. To remember there's this opportunity here to turn sort of towards love, compassion, what it is that maybe we need versus what others are asking us for. So stay like true to that and hold tight to that. Keep your eyes on the prize in a way, or your perspective fresh, and you know, what's the word, like it's almost like look at the opportunities that are presented to us rather than the setbacks, right? The Nine of Wands is a little bit focused on the past or what has gone on, but there's this opportunity to kind of come to terms with it, let it go, and in doing so, we kind of open the door for this ace to come in and refresh our choices, our decisions, our possibilities that are going on around us, right? But the decision is ours and ours alone to make, is my feeling with this Ace of Wands. I do feel like there's a clarity with the aces that comes with all of the aces, that or an awareness that will enable us to kind of move forward of our own will, right? Of our own our own choice. And so that in and of itself is very powerful and exciting. So allow this to kind of take you forward. The rose here to me, even though it's sort of fragile, it still is safe, protected. It's got a gentleness to it, but it's also gold plated. So when I look at this rose, it makes me think that even though we might feel fragile from maybe situations that we've been looking at or dealing with or contemplating, processing, trying to understand or make sense of, the reality is, or my feeling is with this reading, that the sense or the understanding is within us. And as we find it, and as we begin to adapt it or assimilate it into our own, sort of toolbox or wisdom, we are then able to take this ace and move forward in kind of giant leaps, full of energy. So this feels very positive to me. Now let's look at, oh Jesus. Okay, this would be some of this Ace of Wands energy. I'm going to just show you the design on this card. We have not seen this card before. This is, I don't even know how to say this, but it's Ein Sof Hour, card number 22, which is a master number, so it does not get boiled down. So this is an extremely powerful day. That 22, and also that beam coming from like her crown, third eye area, gives me that, like, it almost parallels the straightness of that gold rose, right? That direction, that clarity, right? There is a clarity that is coming to us through maybe our intuitive or from our spirit, and that's why in this picture her crown and her third eye are lit up. They're like almost on fire. And we are in Leo season, guys, so this fire energy doesn't necessarily bother me. It's actually quite in line with the excitement and the drive that Leo can have. So when I look at this, it's about, and again, we have a singular person on this card, Ein Sof Hour, that speaks to us moving forward of our own volition, of our own decisions, of our own choices, right? Not necessarily consulting others or looking to outside sources for indication as to what we should or shouldn't do. There is this like sort of stitching around her heart, but there's still beams coming out of her heart. And to me, that is a little bit of that Nine of Wands work that we're doing also underneath this, where it's like we are contemplating and coming to terms with a situation that maybe caused us pain or sadness, but that pain or sadness isn't necessarily a bad thing. It is actually a teacher, right? And it gives us the ability to trust ourselves, our own judgment, and our own decisions as we move forward. So let me read to you the story here. It's interesting to me because her head looks like it's on fire, but in a good way. Not like a Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial way. Okay, so let's see here. A way through the struggle has already been created for you. You are being led onto that path. Your authentic soul path may include recognition and acclaim, notable success and admiration. Be grateful, but do not be dazzled or distracted by such experiences. Focus on what connects you to your heart and grounds you in the simplicity of spiritual truth, which is the practice of love, kindness, and peace. This will allow for successful progress in the material world without disturbing the sanctity of your soul. In the mysticism of the Kabbalah, Ein Sof Hour is the first and truest light. It emerges from the absolute, which is pure emptiness, beyond all characteristics, phenomena, and form. The capacity to create something from apparently nothing is one of the definition of magic. And it's interesting, create something out of nothing. That would be ace energy too. Ein Sof Hour is the universe pulling rabbits out of hats on a cosmic scale. Because the spiritual light emerges from the spaciousness of infinite potentiality, it is imbued with endless creativity, resourcefulness, and spontaneous responsiveness. Whatever is needed is made manifest, provided to the receptive heart, and will benefit all beings. Receptivity is the key to unlocking this white light magic of the spirit. When we are open to it, surrendered to its wisdom, and willing to place that wisdom above our own opinions, we are capable of receiving and benefiting from it. If we are trying to dictate its course, to contrive and control it to meet our needs as we think they should be met, then we are not being receptive. The path of control and dominance is regressive. It is not sacred magic, and it is not the spirit. Ein Sof Hour illuminates the ways of sacred soul magic that create healing and deep fulfillment. It recognizes that there is a problem, yet does not dwell on it nor evoke toxic mind games of blame and shame. It focuses on solutions. Underneath fancy words, outlandish claims, and complex doctrines, the light of spirit is recognized by its effect. Genuine spiritual connection helps us outgrow our problems. Ego will tell you a situation is too complicated or someone else is to blame, or if you could just change this one thing, healing could happen. But when you are in ego, you are not spiritually effective. You will be locked in suffering and confusion. As a human being, you are able to use your free will as you choose. You can focus on the negative and distance yourself from the light. Refuse to trust and insist that you always know best. You can choose to feel unappreciated, betrayed, or afraid when life does its unpredictable dance. Spirit will love you and seek to help you, even when you use your free will in such a way. At any time, you can choose enough of that misery and open your heart to connect with the higher creative and healing intelligence of the light. No matter how much our wounded minds or broken hearts may believe a situation cannot be healed, Ein Sof Hour is always there. It reminds us that whether we can see it or not, there is a spiritual path through all troubles. That path can be so beautiful, we will become profoundly grateful for the struggle which caused us to grow, even if we never wish to repeat the experience. Acknowledgement is the beginning of healing. If something isn't quite right, be kind and wise enough to admit it. Then seek the genuine light which will evoke peace in your heart. Have the courage and trust to let go of approaches that will not lead you anywhere worth going. As you open yourself to what is, even the unexpectedly difficult twists of fate, you will become ever closer to the radiant grace and luminous clarity which is reassuring you, healing you, and guiding you, and loving you. The healing process. Connect consciously to your body and your breath, and bring yourself fully into this present moment. Imagine you can release all thoughts, fears, and obsessions about your problems or concerns, even if just for this exercise. You could imagine dusting them off your auric field as though you were dusting off little bits of spider webs that have become stuck to you whilst walking along a garden path. You may like to play at such spiritual dusting through your energy field for a few moments now. It will increase your clarity of mind and presence in your body. When you are ready, say the following prayer aloud. I call upon the pure light wisdom, compassion, and divine love. I invite the genius of spiritual grace to enter into my heart and, with mercy, clear the path to the highest loving consciousness. I loosen my mental and emotional grip on fixed opinions and open with trust to the higher wisdom and creative path that will set my heart free. May all beings know such merciful grace and generous assistance for their greatest good. Now, imagine, feel, intend, or visualize that you are resting in a beautiful field of light for as long as feels good for you. As your personal energy field has been cleared and sheltered through your practice thus far, You are now free to be able to sense or perceive the beautiful light which holds you tenderly in its spiritual embrace. When you are ready, gently guide yourself back to this moment by following the flow of your breath in and out. Hydrate and ground yourself. You have completed your healing process. So again, this sort of description also makes me feel like this journey is ours to be had, not necessarily to be shared. It feels kind of personal. It feels deeply spiritual, and it feels like, a corner is turning, a door is opening within us, within our perception, within our spirit, that is guiding us towards this better sense of compassion and love, even if that's only towards ourselves, right? And how we perceive things. So let's go to the hidden truth. I trusted you. Trusted feels weird to me. I feel like this card is almost trying to say, I trust you, meaning like we can trust our higher selves. There's also this aspect through this where it feels like it could be our spirit saying to us, I trusted you, and maybe our ego got involved and things got a little off track. And this is an opportunity for a wake-up call, or an opportunity for us to shift back onto track, to find new perceptions, to be able to move forward. I believe that this I trusted you, even though the trusted is in the past tense form, I believe that there's an opportunity here for us to trust ourselves as we move through this new change of perception or desire that will allow us to strengthen our connection to our higher self and our true soul desires, right? If for some of you with that Nine of Wands underneath this, we might be looking at people or situations that we trusted that didn't quite work out. There's an opportunity here to see that that trust that is within us is actually probably a beautiful thing rather than a failure. Oftentimes when we think we've made a mistake, we blame ourselves. And I think that the I trusted you here makes me feel like we need to, what's the word, like kind of come to terms with maybe our potential mistakes, and not allow those mistakes to like be filed away as failures or frailties, right? This is about understanding that, even if we gave too much to a situation that didn't give back to us what we needed, we need to see the beauty in the fact that we gave nonetheless, right? That we tried, that we were open, that although maybe we were hurt or let down or, it didn't work out in the way that we thought it was going to, we still sort of had that faith in the situation or the other person. And we might need to put that faith very much into our own selves during this time and understand the strength of that. This card 22 with An Sof Hour, or however you say it, to me, there's a level of spiritual mastery that's happening today. There's a level of spiritual awareness that's extremely powerful. So lean into it and let it take place. Seek it, call these cards, their energies to you, and like evolve and grow. That is your forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please tune in tomorrow. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.